how do you go from, okay, I have this product now, I figured this out based on Pinterest and YouTube and watching and trial and error. How do you go into, okay, I want to start selling this and it's now a business?
Well, part of the trick was giving the girls out to see if anyone broke out. Because I didn't have no business then. I was just, hey, you guys want to try this? Let me know what happens. But once I did that, I started researching more. There's a list of oils and other ingredients that are more prone to breakout than others. And so I would stick to the ones that are way safer to use. Now, people can and still probably will break out. But once you break that down and you start looking at all the ingredients individually, you'll kind of piece together what's going to work for what's less likely to break out. If I use this oil, they're more likely to break out than this oil. And even if you do all that, you're still going to get breakouts. We get them well, not all the time. Sometimes it sucks. Um, Starting out, I hate to say, I just was like, well, if someone breaks out, I hope that doesn't happen. I'll refund them. But as I, it sucks. I mean, there's only so much you can do. But using natural products like I was, or natural ingredients, certain aspects were less likely to happen. So since I wasn't using no acid, no titanium dioxide, stuff like that, the risk of breakouts are way less likely. So as soon as I could, I got a lab to start testing stuff. I got business insurance and stuff like that to protect myself. But the key thing to take away from it was you have to know what you're putting into everything you do. You have to spend the time researching. You have to look at everything you do, every ingredient, the amount, and stuff like that. And you can lessen the chances of stuff happening.
You went to your house, you bought the ingredients, you started, once you understood that the lab approved it, you started making it, bringing it to life so you could sell it. So where do you buy the first set of packaging? Where do you buy the first set of logos? Like walk me through that step from I have a product now to I'm distributing a product now.
Man, it was all luck too. My brother actually hit me up. I was like, man, I gotta find someone for this logo. I want to start a business. So he hit me up like, hey, I know this guy in my class. He does logos in college. So my first logo, the same logo to this day, started with a college kid who made it for $15. And I knew I was like, I want something pure as natural skincare, and I want something tropical because I want to bring in tropical aspects. And he was like, what about pure tropics? I was like, bam, that's perfect. So that's where we started. So I have the name, and now I'm looking for bottles. And everywhere I'm looking is pulling up Alibaba and all this Chinese stuff. And they wanted you to order 1,000 to 10,000 at a time. And I didn't really have the money for that. So what I did was I just started Googling online. And you start finding all these distributors who have bottles, blank bottles, but there's nothing special about them. So I was like, okay, I'm not really going to know what I'm going to do with this. But I was like, let me order bottles. First few labels I designed myself, and I printed them out on my printer. So the labels were never that crisp or clear, but they were selling. So I had products. I would go to the nursing home. I'd go to hospitals on Fridays, and I'm selling body butters. I'm selling creams to nurses. So I'd make 10, 11, and I would go sell them for $10 a piece at the hospital and sell out. So I knew I had something. So I would take that money. I would take half my paycheck that didn't go to bills or whatever, and I was putting it right back into my business. I mean, it was horrible. I remember being in here with my friend, and we're hand pouring with a measuring cup into bottles everything we fill up to sell. And now we got machines and stuff, but starting out was a little rough.
So walk me through this. Okay, so like I love this. Again, this is the details we need, right? Like people want to know.
Yeah,
Like we want to know how to put you out of business in 6 months,
that's how it goes.
So
Tell us
no,
all
so
the
all right.
secrets.
So let's get past this. So now you have these bottles you're about to start selling. What is the nobody knows who you are, except some of these girls that tried your stuff and didn't die yet. So who else like how do we get the word out that Pure Tropics is here? It helps you heal your skin. How did you kind of prove that this worked, and then how did you get people to trust it enough to put money behind it?
All the girls who I gave it out to, I would get before and afters. Luckily, they were working, so I was getting before and afters. I knew from the start because I was always on Instagram that Instagram was the way I was going to go. I'm seeing businesses blow up on Instagram. A few years ago, it was so easy, so I knew that's the way I was going to go. One of my friends was like, "Yo, it's this girl. She's gorgeous, named Cocaine Lorraine. That was her name then." He's like, "You got to get her some of your products." So we reached out to her. She's like, "Oh yeah, I'll post for 150." It's like, man, I'm not about to pay nobody $150 to post. He's like, "Yo, she got 300,000 followers." I was like, "All right." So we paid her, and she posted it. I didn't get really no sales. I didn't get nothing, and I was like, "Man, that sucks." But it gave me an idea. I'm like, all right, I'm never going to pay nobody else for this again. I'm going to post on Instagram. So since I paid her, maybe there's companies I could pay for a shout out. First company I paid for a shout out, I sent her picture with the product. I made $1,000 that day. I was like, whoa, what the heck just happened? I don't even have enough product. I didn't have bottles. I didn't have nothing for it. So, okay, I crack open my savings. Order a bunch of bottles, a bunch of products. I fill those orders. Everybody was mad. Everything was a week and a half late. But now I kind of figured out my marketing strategy. I was going to post on Instagram every day. I was going to pay companies for shout outs. And so I would just find like companies, or if once I kind of posted on Instagram, I saw a trend, and that was most of my buyers were women within a certain age group. So I was like, bam, I'm just going to target where they go. I started going on every girl's Instagram page. I was going, this was back before they had bots and analytics. I'm going through who they're following. Oh, they're following this hair page. So let me reach out to them. I was like, hey, how much for a promotion? They're like, oh, it'd be $50 a post. And through that, I've grown. Our page is at 118,000 followers. Everybody's a customer. I mean, it's been a crazy ride and a crazy journey. Most of 80% of our traffic to this day is still off of Instagram.
So Instagram worked because of what? Because of shutouts? Because of ultimately the
I
fact
think
that before and afters? What was the driving factor? Because a lot of people will say, well, Instagram worked then. How about now?
Instagram works now. Everybody think I'm the king of DMing and sending some girls products. I just did it this morning. That's what I do on a daily basis. I'll message 5 girls, send them products. And that kind of gets the people in their circle to see it. It puts more eyes on it, but more importantly, it gives us content. And so the real money comes in before and afters. Not everybody thinks it's the girls' pictures, but it's the before and afters. Pictures speak 1,000. One picture is 1,000 words. So if I post a before and after showing a woman with ingrown hairs, and it looked horrible before, and now it's crystal clear, she's happy. Her comment says, "Oh, it worked in time for my honeymoon. I've been embarrassed about this all my life," and I can post that next to the picture. All of a sudden, sales is pouring in. And so once I figured that out, it was just easy. Well, it's not easy. It's never easy, but it was easier from there. I could
Well, it
compound
became
on that.
simpler. Like it became like
Yeah,
an
yeah,
equation
yeah.
for you.
Exactly. If I promote with 7 people this week, 7 posts a piece, so a post goes out every day on multiple pages, I can predict how much I'm going to make that day.